So, is the summer slowdown slowing you down? Is the summer slowdown affecting you as a gig worker? Well, if so, we're going to be talking about that tonight. So, first of all, I want to thank everybody, whether you're watching live right now or if you're going to be watching back on the replay. I'm Ash. It has been a while since I have done a live stream, and I am so excited to be able to connect with you lovelies here this evening. I mean, it's hard to find time to do live streams, but when the summer slowdown is just overall slowing many of us down, the advantage is that we can just kick back, chill, hang out this together this evening, and I'm not going to be doing this on my own. So, I do have somebody backstage that's going to be cruising along with us tonight. I'm going to actually pick on him a little bit, and you guys get to do so in the chat. You guys already probably know who it is. Somebody that I'm very close to, near and dear, not just in YouTube, but outside. We're really close friends. So I'm going to bring him on in a bit. But first, I'm just going to connect with you, sweetheart. So we got Alan in the mix tonight. I'm so happy to have you here. Always true blue and always here every single time. And I got Brian. Brian is also somebody that I speak with on Instagram almost all the time. But he's somebody that gets it, that when life gets busy, that Ash gets busy. Hello, Laura. Yes, it is great to be live streaming on this channel. Laura has always been there since the very get-go, not just on this channel, so I appreciate that. And then one of my originals, I got Spoke. Spoke, by the way, I wanted to fix that. Yeah, okay, let me oh, you are wrenched up already. There you go. So I got Spoke. We got Kevin. Hey, Kev, how's it going? We got my fellow gig worker, same location. I know this guy in person, Guillaume in the mix. Hey, Guillaume. Fire and Flames. Awesome. This is so cool. It's really awesome to be able to connect with you guys tonight. So, I got a question before I bring on our lovely guest here. Yes, she does. That's exactly it, Brian. But that and my kid makes me dash along the way too. So there you go. So my question for everybody, if you haven't already answered it in the poll, we can go ahead and answer this together in the chat. So is the summer slowdown affecting you? So before I bring on my guest, I'll say this much. For me, not so much, but it all depends. As you guys know, I'm a part-time gig worker. And for the most part, I find I make myself having that disaster waiting to happen. So I often go out and about doing gig work on the time slots then you probably should not be doing gig work. So hey Kev, welcome to the mix. Ugh, I wrenched you up, by the way, Kev. So if you notice a blue wrench next to your name, that is why. I've added a few more wrenches into the mix here tonight, guys. Some of my what I like to call diehards that are always here, nonstop videos, live streams. So yeah, you're wrenched up there. Alan took today off. Well, Tuesdays are the worst days ever, so I would agree to that. And for fire, so not in New York. So New York does not seem to be impacted too much from the summer slowdown. So for myself, I would say it depends on the day, depends on the hour, but I try not to get towards those in between hours too much. And Kevin says, I've actually been making more, but yesterday I felt it. I think today is the day that I felt it. I did go out just for a couple of hours and I should have just stayed home. But also here in Montreal, Quebec today, it's not a heat wave, but it's plus 33 degrees. So because of that, it's sticky. Right before this live stream even happened, it was a huge downfall of rain. So good thing for power. And Spoke says summer hasn't slowed my work down, but I'm not a driver. No, you're an editor and you do an amazing job on it. For anybody that is unaware, so if you use Adobe, Spoke does Adobe under 5 minutes. Amazing tutorial videos, and you have to go check him out. Plus, he's one of my great friends. So it's slower than normal. So Tuesdays are usually slow here. Yeah, that seems to be the census. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring on a fellow lovely of mine and we're going to see what he has to say here. So everybody, you guys already know, and if you don't, you're probably going to pop it in the chat right now. Who do you think I'm bringing on to this live stream? I'll give 30 more seconds before I bring him on in the mix. If I say it's a him, you probably know who it is. But we get to pick on him a little bit here, and then we're going to find out if the summer slowdown is beating him up a little bit. I would probably say yay or nay. I can't really factor in because honestly, Me and him have not really talked about it too much. We talk about everything else except for summer slowdown. Zach, Brian says Zach, Alan. My brother that was, because I have two of them on one video. No, he'll never be there. If anything, he's gonna pull up on the live stream to chat with you guys. Some guy named Zach. You guys got it. You guys got it. So let's bring in my lovely Zach here. Zach, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am very, very good. No
I,
idea who it is.
I've never been called lovely before. I usually have people saying something like, "I'm about as classy as a tall boy of natural ice." So being called lovely is a nice change of pace.
You're lovely when you want to be.
I've got my moments. I can be sweet. What's
You
going
can
on,
be
Kevin?
sweet. You can be sweet, and that's why there are some people like myself and Kev that adore you and always come back for more.
I
So,
know
Zach, has the summer slowdown beaten you up a bit?
a little bit. Yep, I'm
Yeah.
finding that it's not getting busier until later in the evening.
Hmm.
Um, but then it's still gig work at the same time. Last Tuesday, I did just a wee bit sometimes.
I second that. I second that.
Last Tuesday, I did I think like $50 or something in an hour and a half, 2 hours. So
Oh, nice.
not bad. Hello, Brian. And then today, I only accepted 2 orders, a double on Uber. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's still gig work. It's still hit and miss, at least in my market. So
I love those double stacked. I still hate, like I mentioned it in my videos, I hate double stacked orders because of the potential to lose out on a tip if the restaurant takes too long and yada
mhm.
yada. But I find often I've shared mostly on my community posts recently. I'll get a double stacked and it's like one is for $12 and the other one's for $8. And they're all under, if I have to do the conversion, about 3 miles. So for my other lovelies, it's about 5 kilometers that I'll accept it. So I get like $20 for a double stacked in less than an hour. And then as you can see, I'm getting the additional tips. Double stacks are where it's at.
Yeah, I was not pleased, much to my dismay. One of my orders on the double was going to an area that I do not like at all. So I got lucky. I was about 1 block away from total meltdown. So
You're
I,
just too picky. You're just too picky.
yeah, maybe.
You canceled a woman's order because she read your message and did not reply.
Okay, so in all fairness to me, I had also been waiting for that order for like 20 minutes at the time. So
What if she was busy?
if it had just been the wait time or she had just ignored me, I would have done the order. It was those two things that culminated together where I was like,
Okay.
I'm feeling extra. I'm out.
I'm gonna go extra on you right now. For those that don't know, Zach drives fast. I know we have moderators here, so if one of the moderators can pop his link to the channel on the stream, that would be fantastic. But I'm gonna bicker at Zach. Zach, you're a dad.
I
I'm
am.
a mom.
Mhm.
And you know that some people have to deal with shitty diapers. So I mean, what if that was the case scenario? Like then you look like a jerk
So
for canceling
let me
her
ask you
damn
this then.
order.
When was the last time you had to change a shitty diaper that took 10 minutes to change?
You don't kids are chaotic.
Kids are
My
chaos.
my kid is almost potty trained, almost.
So,
And he'll still turn around afterwards and give me something else to be distracted with in the meantime.
I get that. Oh, I get that for sure. Yeah. So,
No, you're too
admittedly,
harsh. You're too harsh.
it was those two things together that I was like, I'm out of here. I wanted to go home for the night anyway. It was my
The
last
second one,
order of the night.
I get it. I mean, I have this one area and it kind of I changed one real quick this Sunday. I have this one area and it's a beautiful, so it's recently I did a double stacked order
Mhm.
and I think I showed it on my community tab where I think I got like $18 or something like that. No, it was my most recent video where I was complaining that the stack didn't come in.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got a $20 cash tip. The reason why I got and it's my first $20 cash tip. And the reason why I got it is because he's in a location where it's high-rise condo complexes,
Oh, nice.
but the stamp of the address are on the inside of the parking lot, not the exterior where the cars get to go.
Hmm.
So you go in there and just picture a huge square, and in the square is condo, 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 and you can't see the numbers. So he ends up
Oh,
calling me, and I haul my ass up and everything else. But it's like my taboo to go to, even though it's upper class, it's beautiful. I don't blame you for the second stacked order being like, let's get that one out of the mix. But
yeah.
besides that, keep
Yeah.
waiting, Spoke. Keep waiting. Oh, you need to be sedated. I agree on that one.
Who,
Hey,
me?
Jose. Yeah, he needs to
Um,
stay.
so, real quick, have you met Jose before?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, I was gonna say he's one of my subscribers too. So, what's going on,
Yes.
Jose? It's good to see you, man.
Jose's been on here. I have more than one Jose. I have two or three actually that are reoccurring Jose, but yes.
Reoccurring Jose's. Okay.
I got reoccurring Jose's, Michaels, and Kevin's.
I've got, yeah, actually, come to think of it,
I'm probably the
I
only
have to think about
Ashley
the
guy.
Michael thing. I know I've got at least two Kevins. Our Kevin. You are our
Yes.
Kevin.
Or Kevin T. Yes.
Uh, yeah, I've got at least two Jose's. And then I want to say I've got a few Brian's as well.
There's your Jose.
What's going on,
Beef.
man?
That's a good one for Spoke. Spoke. Alan's asking you beef, chicken, or steak taco. You know what? Whatever Spoke asks for when it comes to taco, I am not doing it. It makes no difference. Spoke, which is the Adobe Under 5. Him and I go way back now. We're over 2 years, and I've previous channels and everything else and whatnot. He keeps telling me that he wants me to deliver him tacos, but yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The community here on YouTube is so freaking strong. There are so many of you awesome people that are sub to myself, are sub to Zach. Like me and Zach bring different like games to the table, different videos, content, and
Hmm.
all that. And for you
Hmm.
guys to dig us both, it's pretty badass. It's
Well,
awesome.
it kind of is. I mean, we've got, I think that we're, I think we have the same sort of temperament probably in real life.
Oh yeah.
And I think we're both very outgoing and enjoy a good conversation. Um, you tend to be very upbeat in your videos,
Yeah.
and I tend to call out BS.
You're a
Um,
negative Nancy.
real, sometimes I just hate seeing people getting walked on. At the end of the day, that's all it boils down to. I would so much rather make videos where I'm just sitting there and cracking jokes. I just don't like seeing good, hardworking people getting trampled on, basically.
I would agree.
Can I real quick?
Yes, of course.
Brian, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That is awesome of you. And Fire and Flames, that is awesome as well. I appreciate that.
Mm. Yeah, these people are just they're incredible people that we have here going on here this evening.
I think we've got one of the best niches on YouTube, if not the best.
I
And
think it's fun because we can all relate. We all do different things. But
right,
as well, we're not really doing like, okay, there's sometimes I have friction with like everybody's different. Their market's different. What we go
yeah,
through is different.
yeah.
Flubber, I have yours on the screen because I want to touch base on that one. And welcome to the mix, Flubber. But basically, of course, I lose my train of thought. Um, wow, I literally lost my train of thought because I'm so focused on what Flubber was doing. I have the best luck with breakfast. Not a lot of drivers out there. I find I do with Instacart. Yeah, I'm still gonna bust your ass on an Instacart video. Fish
Mm.
tacos were surprisingly good.
Tell you what, you send me a GoPro, I'll go out and film 5 of them for you.
There you go. I just carry a GoPro anywhere in my pocket. I agree with Alan. That's my preferred time is 11:30. I can. So here's the thing. I am getting more used to being on camera. Zach knows myself, my personality wise. I am definitely the type of person I swear like there's no tomorrow. But I am the type because of my customer service background that I like to keep things more positive, even if I'm swearing. What about this
And I
Uber
think
Eats?
with my W-2 background, that is probably a contributing factor as to why I just let loose on my videos, because I can't, you know, I can't use those words in other life settings. So, uh, I mean, in my eyes, people swear, right? Like a large percentage of the population. As long as you have a large enough vocabulary to articulate yourself without it, you can use it to emphasize, and
Yeah,
not feel ignorant. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know.
I would agree. The thing with the whole like having a customer service background and everything else, it helps. But when it comes to I have my customer service background and then I have myself, and I'm putting the two of them together in between on my videos.
Hmm.
I don't want people to see my early videos and be like, "Okay, she doesn't swear. I like this." And then be like, "What the hell? She's just swearing left, right, and center."
Hmm.
Because I am filtered in public, but I'll be in a McDonald's and I am the type, whether I'm the customer or even if I was an employee or just a gig worker there, I'm not afraid to say out loud, "What is this shit happening?" So
Hmm.
I'm it's just I've gotten more comfortable on YouTube, and
Hmm.
this crazy kid right in front of us kind of helps me bring that out. Yes, I did that one. Yeah, he saw that one. Where I'm mimicking customer service because I have my headset somewhere around here. Absolutely. Hey, Rodney. Great to have you here, my friend. Yeah, I know Alan was there. I remember seeing you there. So, question: did you change markets due to the summer slowdown? That's great.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Zach, did you switch markets at all recently?
I did not. No.
Me
So my
neither.
options are I can drive about 20 minutes north and basically just be like right on the Canadian border in a
Yeah.
very, very tiny market, or I can drive about 30 minutes south and be in a very spread out market. And I know how DoorDash pays for larger area markets. So I'm going to stay here and just work a little later into the evening.
No, Kevin, I'm still listening to that advice. So here's what Kevin commented on one of my recent I think it was the community tab post, because Kevin's always there. It actually he has a heart next to his name. YouTube gives him a heart because he's somebody that I always
Mhm.
respond to, although we always
You got the
respond to
purple heart on
everybody.
them.
But yeah, the cute purple
Yep.
heart. So he says
Yep.
like,
We've got
Dash
one on my
Tip,
channel too.
did you text the customer when you left the restaurant? No, but that is an amazing strategy. I highly agree to that. So what Kev does is every time he leaves the restaurant, he'll text the customer to let them know I'm on my way now, and he sees an increase on tips since doing that.
Nice. I'm going to have to give that a go.
What I do is every time the restaurant is late, you always see the exact same message. It's not copy paste, but I'm a quick typer. I'll say in French and English, and I'll just say the English version. It's sorry for the delay. The restaurant is not very fast. So I type that in both French and English. I put French first because I'm in Quebec, and then I
Yeah.
put it in English. And depending on what follows up from that, most of the time I get thanks for the follow up, or I've even had somebody saying nobody's ever followed up with me before. Thank you. But I still have to give that one a go. I'm kind of the type that if they leave it with a smiley face or something, then I leave it there.
Let me ask you this. If you send your message in both French
Hmm.
and in English
Hmm.
and they leave you on red, are you going to unassign it?
No, I'm not you.
I'm sorry,
Nothing
I couldn't
wrong with
help myself.
swearing. It's a way to express yourself and empathize whatever you need to. Yeah,
For
but on
sure.
YouTube, it can hurt feelings. It can hurt feelings.
You know, I,
Zach doesn't give a shit about feelings.
I've got some opinions about that.
Well, I've seen the hate that you get in your comments, so you know what? Keep swearing.
Okay, but in all fairness, though, I would say maybe one out of every 200 or 300 comments is anything
Yeah.
less than friendly and positive. Uh, and honestly, for people who are offended by my mouth, there's 500. Well, I don't know if there's 500. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of other channels that don't have the mouth that I have.
Oh, I
There's
can vouch for that.
Yeah, like they're not required to watch me,
Thanks.
right?
Thanks for coming, Spoke. I can vouch for that. That's for sure. Kev says I worked a new zone Saturday night. Kev, how did that turn out? The only other zone I've ever like. Okay, so I guess I got to really break this down because like here you got the city, you got regions, and you got what I call sub-regions. So for me, a sub-region isn't really a new market. Like in my videos, I talk about Brossard and I talk about Longueuil. So because it's so in the cusp of each one of them. So I can bounce from one or the other, but it's the same. But when I went to Montreal,
Yeah,
huge new market, and I never I never go back there.
fair.
Oh, Fire does the same thing as Kev. I do that as well, and it does help with tips. And yes, Alan's got that. That's me. Merci beaucoup. Oui, j'ai dit ça tout le temps. I say that all the time. Absolutely.
I don't
I
speak Italian.
don't speak Italian, god damn you. If they're offended, they need to go watch something else. Absolutely. I still keep mine more G-rated than Zach ever does, but that's okay. Sometimes my customers will read my message, no response, no big deal.
Okay, all right. You know
I'm
what?
letting Kev drop that mic right there.
Okay, I had a lot of people that did agree with me, but
Well, I was reading the
fine.
comments and I
I
could
see how
see
it's going to be tonight.
oh yeah, I told you. I said it at the beginning of the stream, my love.
I
I'm
know.
gonna pick on your ass.
I'm a good sport. It's okay.
But we all gotta have some fun. This is the thing. We gotta pick a night where people aren't gonna be making a lot of tips and everything else. That's why us gig workers we're at home right now watching it online. And if anybody is
Mhm.
watching this live stream and driving at the same time, put the phone away, please.
Or just listen to it. Just don't look at it.
So Brian is absolutely right. And this is I gotta say, your swearing brings character to your videos, but it's also one reason why I think YouTube loves you. Hate brings attention. I
Hmm.
watch many YouTubers with swearing and I'm learning the language. Like it's negativity brings positivity is the way that I look at it.
Hmm.
And Zach's not a negative Nancy. I joke with him, but
Yeah, I'm really
when he
not.
swears, he gets trolls in the mix, and I think
Hmm.
YouTube likes that.
So, okay. In all fairness, though, I send you screenshots that I find particularly humorous.
Yeah.
So I really don't get too many.
Yeah, but
Uh,
those ones are just mean. They're downright mean, and they shouldn't be
some of them,
talking to you like that.
yeah. But I mean,
Hey,
it's not. Yeah, it's not so much what they're saying that's problematic. It's when I'm bored and I respond to them. That's where it gets a little problematic.
I would agree. RT, it's so good to have you here. I was so thankful to be on your live stream. And yeah, I live stream when I can here and there. I'm not consistent like I used to be, but
Okay.
Zach should go to Seattle.
So, what's going on, Mr. Wax? Good to see you.
Yeah, he's one of yours.
Yeah, and I appreciate you being here. So, I promised my subscribers. I'm sure Kevin will remember this because Kevin has been there since like what 50 subscribers or something like that.
He's a Gecko person. Yeah, they're from the get.
Yeah. So yeah, Kevin was there from the get go, and Jose was there really early on too.
Mm-hmm.
At 500 subscribers, I asked what I should do to celebrate.
Oh no, you
And
still haven't done it.
I still haven't done it. No, right after that happened, or well, shortly after that happened, the car fiasco happened,
Oh yeah.
and I actually had. I was actually going to do that video in Portland about a week ago, and then that trip ended up falling through.
Well, you owe it
So
to Mr. Wax.
I do, and
But
Seattle would be a cool market.
you also
I
owe me an Instacart video. Well, you don't owe me. I'm forcing you to make one eventually because it makes you so much not want to do it.
I've actually been doing more shop and pays though on DoorDash and Uber.
Yeah, but that don't count. You just go and get the item. I want you to go shop.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
no. Here you have to shop for them.
good. Oh, DoorDash here you don't do well. There's sometimes with DoorDash that you have to take the red card. Do you know I've had the red card and never used it once?
Really?
This is the YouTuber Brian's talking about that was a swearer that he follows and learns the language. Yeah, I've never used my red card once. I have it. It's actually here in like my wallet thing. Never used it. So Jose says, like I told
Education.
you in the comment section, Zach, do what you got to do. You don't have to put up a customer's crap. I've unassigned a lot of stupid stuff. Okay, but Jose, the one that I'm beefing on him about is just the customer read the comment and that was it. Didn't give him beef, not a hard time.
I
Just read.
waited 20 minutes for that order.
I'm just gonna say this. I am never mind. I'm gonna keep this one to myself. Kev says working the new zone was unplanned. Order took me there. It paid off. Zach was chatting with me at that time. Was it like more of a sketchy zone?
And was that the night that Uber sent you to a closed restaurant? Or I guess convenience store, if I remember right.
That's typical. Hey, CJ. I'm so happy you could make it. CJ's been with me from the get-go way before this channel even existed. And it was a blast, and I enjoyed it too. I got my oil change today, got food, and come home. Tuesday is trash day. It's like the worst. Wednesday or the wet ending to the Monday part. Yeah, I have realized this week and last week, Tuesdays are horrible. Everybody adores you, Terminal, by the way. Yeah, Tuesdays are just it's just unbearable. I prefer Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. I would do gig work on Saturdays, but I mean, to begin with, I have to be very picky and choosy, but yeah, Tuesdays are just horrible. Every day is Monday, but make it Fridays. Okay, so here we go. Jose, what's his answer is I understand, Ash, and I've taken orders with customers that ignore me either way, but at the same time, the customer is being rude or disrespectful. But here's my defense. What if the customer is changing a kid's diaper? Maybe they have triplets because Zach doesn't take the one diaper as an answer. So what if that fell into the perspective? She read the message, put the phone down on the table, got carried away, went on and about, totally forgot about her Uber order. And then what happens? This fella, this side, unassigns the damn order. Just saying.
I feel like this is like the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial right here.
Well, no, because Johnny Depp won, and I don't want to lose.
Well, I don't want to lose either.
Yeah, but I'm the woman, and I'm blonde. You're gonna put me as Amber right away.
I don't know. We can change the name. Like,
I'm changing the subject. Kevin said. Kevin says 28 and 29 Ubers after midnight. Where do I sign up for that? Although I hate going out after 9 p.m. I just hate it.
If I ever end up in Kevin City, he's going to end up with a very ugly guest in his passenger seat.
Yeah, you have to do a video with him. Kevin,
yeah, I know, right?
Thank you, CJ. Nope, specifically just wanted their customer is always wrong. Well, you might be ruining their day, but you're brightening ours, that's for sure. That is possible too.
I think I actually said that in a video a couple of videos back or something, like, you know that old saying, the customer's always right? I was like,
no,
they're not.
Considering I've worked customer service for 11 years, customers never right. Never. Yeah. They always like to sugarcoat. What if she flipped off the phone? Why would she? Yes, it absolutely it is BS. It is so fun to be picking on you when it comes to these topics here. Where is this one? I can't it. I have to be there.
You know, I kind of have this like funky Pippi Longstocking thing going on. Like I got these little swoop things that are my haircut indicators. So I don't know, man.
I like what Terminal has to say.
What's
the
that?
The customer always assumes they are right. That's
the
the
way of putting that. A face for radio.
For radio.
That's awesome, Kevin.
So Kevin won't be in a video, but he has a face for radio. That's what a lot of people say because they're camera shy. Kevin, are you just camera shy? Everything is possible, but the worker is always right.
Manic wow.
Oh, Alan, look at Alan. He says the driver is always right. True gig worker right there. Without the voice. Okay, so he's the face for the radio without the voice. Kevin, stop downing yourself. Okay, so it's not Zach that's the negative Nancy. Yep, taking that away from him.
I'm not a negative person though. Like in real, like, well, you haven't met me in real life, but you know what I mean.
I talk to you enough. You're good.
Yeah,
If you were
I
too
don't know.
negative, I'd be like, Zach,
I'm not. I guess I'm just not one of those like sourpuss people that's like sitting there like scowling all day. You know.
I'm definitely not. I'm a very energetic person, but sarcasm is my first language.
So
Sarcasm and coffee. If coffee's
you're
a
more
language.
sarcastic than I am for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
there's
And
no comparison there.
And so the things that I'll never do on YouTube, the things that it's always a dirty joke. Like Brian knows it. Brian
I,
knows too. Brian and I
I've
chat all the time.
done it kind of once, technically twice, but the second time, like I had a leg up there because YouTube now just lets me click a couple buttons and I decide if my videos are safe for ads. So
You
before I
do
had
it on
that option,
Instagram. You know it from Instagram. And even
mhm,
Brian's like, yes.
yeah, no, I made the mistake of saying something PG-13. Like I would call it PG-13, and it limited my monetization on that video.
Yeah,
Which
I won't do it on YouTube. But
that was so bad too because that video did so well. I was like, "Oh, you're not very bright."
my video that I had 7 F bombs before monetization, I went out and I altered the first 3 and left the last 4. Because you even said it. You said just in case maybe you want to like go in and alter the F bomb, so I did.
Yeah. Well, it's like you remember right before I applied.
Oh
I was
yeah,
doing
you were
all
cleaning things up. I'm sorry, my eye is
oh
pissing on the right eye. My left eye is fine.
no, yeah, I was going ham trying to clean my videos up, and it worked. So
Appreciate that, Jose, and I know Zach does too. That's very
oh,
nice.
absolutely.
Sometimes
Jose
I
is
feel like
freaking awesome.
mine I find that my content is just a little boring. And that's of course the creator saying it because I think many of us are going to diss our own stuff that we put out there. Like, you know, for a fact, the thing that you produce that you think, okay, this is just a shit video, is the one thing that does the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the
Mm-hmm.
type of person that, like, I was happy to do a sit down video on the most recent one just to do something different. But
Mm-hmm.
I find that my content is getting a little bit more boring because all I can do is do real ride alongs and such. I could do tutorials, but I'm not going to release them until like 2023 and there's an update and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I find mine's a little bit boring, but I appreciate all the love and support that I'm getting.
Well, and as a creator, there's only at least I feel this way. I can't speak for you. There's only so many topics we can kind of cover in this
Yeah.
niche, right?
Yeah.
Um, without it starting to get kind of repetitive. So that's kind of a delicate balance for us in what we do. You know
Additionally,
how?
too, you guys have different topics you can cover, like I'll use that terminology, DoorDash 2.0.
Oh, the,
That's
the top dasher, yeah,
top dasher. We don't have that here in Canada.
right.
You know, it's not something that exists here, so I can't bring that up. What was an Amazon bought GrubHub or merge with GrubHub or something like that for
They're
DoorDash?
they're teaming up to offer fee-free delivery.
That's something yeah, that's right. And you get it for like the first 12 months or something. Like,
See, you
that's
just need
not
to make a
something I got.
video like polar bears delivering Uber Eats, and there you go. Like you got a
I
hit video
don't
right
live where
there.
the polar bears are, sweetheart.
You live in Canada.
I live in Quebec.
Yeah. So okay, actually, I gotta. Can I segue for 1 second?
Go for it.
Okay, so my mom is Canadian. I'm
Mhm.
a dual citizen. Uh, despite having never lived in Canada, I am a dual citizen. Go figure that out for yourselves. But I digress. Uh, when she and my dad were first married, and she got her green card and moved to the States, she had somebody in I believe in California that when they found out she was Canadian, in all seriousness, asked her if she had lived in an igloo in Canada.
I
And
get Canadian A all the time.
yeah, right. Clever.
Maple.
First time I've heard that. Hey,
And then I like to make fun of when people say poutine because it's poutine. They say
poutine.
poutine, but it's
Yeah.
poutine.
Okay.
Fire says, I enjoy just watching the ride alongs. It shows me the difference in markets and tips that help along the way. I agree. I also like the fact that I like to show from different cameras and everything else. And I find everybody talks differently on camera. But I would agree upon that. I'm always gonna be like Brian said up above. I am my toughest critic. Hey, Brett.
Absolutely.
Do we have
You ever,
moose? Yes, not near me.
you ever find yourself like wrapping up a video and you're just like, this video sucks. Nobody's gonna
Yeah.
watch this, and then it like, yeah.
I have had videos that I've scrapped before just
Mhm.
because I was like, I'm not gonna go with this. But the problem with me is if I'm scrapping a ride along, the problem with that is I have limited times to do ride alongs. So when you have limited windows and ride alongs are, I'm not gonna lie, like you guys truly do love my ride alongs because it shows in the numbers. It really, really does show in the numbers. Hey, freestyle.
Hey, good to have you.
Yes, we also have caribou. Um, but it's not
Oh,
my it's just that it's not
I thought it
something
was
that
somebody else.
I have in my favor that I can do. So Brian says dress up differently each day. You know, Brian, I am literally changing my attire because I feel like I wear the same thing in every freaking video. And it's really because if I go out and do gig work once or twice a week and I happen to wear that shirt that day, it happens to be I was like, I gotta change up my jeans or something. Like this is crazy.
So I keep doing this thing where I get fat and then I get slim and then I get fat and then I get
Mm,
slim. So I've got like 4 shirts that fit me. I swear I have little gremlins that like sneak into my apartment like late at night and like steal my shirts and like scurry off like back to Kansas or wherever gremlins live.
my
Uh,
jawline shows that too.
um, yeah, I need to like go to Goodwill and pick up more shirts or something.
Thank you, RT. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm the same way. So for mine, since so the footage where you see me getting out of the car and all that, besides the dash cam, let's say walking or whatnot, it's my GoPro. And when that happens, the only thing I can say to myself, and I'm gonna say it point blank period, I'm like, damn, like my ass is so big. Like as I'm walking on camera. And I will say this, I'm not a big girl, but I do have my curves in the right places. So, but the problem is that every time I turn around, it's like I look and I'm always wearing the same damn jeans. So on my last video, not the sit down video, the one before that, I finally put on a different pair of jeans. Like,
So
uh, Wax says something random I do is I order water or soda at McDonald's or Taco Bell kiosk and write an obviously fake name to see employees' reaction when they call my name out. You can get some great reaction.
Hugh Janus.
Oh, Wax. I'm thinking Max because I got Mister and Wax together. Wax. What kind of names if they're G rated they'll go through on the chat? What kind of names do you actually put? Skip the dishes should come to the States. So you got it. It's called GrubHub. But I'm a hit and miss with skip the dishes. So there are some days I have a 0% acceptance rate because they absolutely gave me nothing. And if that's the case scenario, as soon as I get the 0% acceptance rate, I find they give me nothing in return. So costumes, no, Brian, no. And YouTube
It'd be
is
fun to
killing me.
dress up like freaking Batman one of these days.
A Halloween edition of doing gig work. You show up at the customer's house dropping off a bag of McDonald's with a Batman costume. I don't know why, but either StreamYard or YouTube is telling me my Wi-Fi is lagging, but I'm not lagging right now. So that's interesting. I agree. Skip
Yeah.
the does need to come. So here's the thing, guys. With Skip the Dishes, though, you have to pay $20 for a background check and the $60 for the bag because they make it impossible for you to use your own bag. Thanks for coming by, RT. Appreciate that. Enjoy that meeting. Hey, Michael.
Michael, what's going on?
Hey, Anthony.
Anthony, what's up, brother? Do you know Anthony?
I feel like I do,
Okay.
and I know I've seen that name before. I don't know if I've seen it though on yours or mine. Hey,
Okay.
Fuzzman!
Anthony's one of my subscribers. He's a awesome guy, always so positive.
Oh, I mean, his picture's already lovely and brightens up my day
Oh,
right
right? I
there.
know. You see him and you're like, it's Anthony.
And this one is also one that has the heart next to their name every time. Fuzzman. I
Nice.
love little
Is that
sunshine.
is that the Ghost logo? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know.
It
Oh,
looks like the ghost
go
logo.
answer. So yeah, I do find here's the one thing I will admit. I think it was Alan and Fire. Yes, Alan and Fire. When it comes to skip the dishes, I love their catering bags. Don't worry, Zach will be back in a sec. I love their catering bags. They're huge. They're well insulated, but my favorite is the dividers. Hey, Fire, how's it going? The divider's on it. It's a Velcro divider, so you can take it out, you can put it in. It's heavy, it's sturdy. Their pizza bag goes not just for a large or an extra large, it goes for a freaking jumbo pizza. So, yes, and the jumbo pizza, I did a 3 pizza delivery, is the reason why I ended up doing that community post where I got like a $31 tip or something like that. It is. I would agree with you, Michael. It is quite steep. The reason why I ended up doing it is he was here earlier. Guillaume, one of my really good friends, colleagues, also does gig work too. He was showing me by screenshots all the amazing offers that he was getting from Skip. So I asked him, does he find it's worth it? And he does. And I'll admit, like on an average basis, they'll give me something like 11 or $12 for like 3-4 kilometers. Like, how can I say no to that? Yeah, probably. That's a good one. Oh, yeah,
So
really? GrubHub has nice bags?
they very much so. Can we quickly
Hmm.
call out Fuzzman's excellent taste in music real quick?
Also, the reference of you mean right there?
Yeah, that's a fantastic band.
I I don't know Little Sunshine. You want to know what mine is? You are my sunshine, my only sun. Like I got mom G-rated mine going on right now. Yes, see there you go. Brian understands me right there. They look nice unless you have a toy in it. Like in one of my videos, I had a toy that
I
was
remember that.
from Yannick, from my
Yeah.
son. Yes. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty. And then the one that I always use most of the time is I don't use my skip the dishes bag. I bought a black one. I've linked them up in my videos in my description, but I bought a black one from Amazon and it's the one that I use the most. It's not as sturdy, but the good part is that if I'm doing an Uber drop off, unless it's pizza, I don't want skip branded all over my freaking order. So my black one doesn't have any brand whatsoever. Yes. $80 Canadian. Hey, Shane. Hey, it's
So it's
been
about
a
14
while.
bucks.
Huh?
It's about 14 bucks.
14 bucks. Jesus. Yeah, so the only free bag we get is DoorDash. GrubHub gives you those bags for free?
Yeah,
Skip is so
probably
cheap.
why they're bankrupt.
Skip the dishes is also skipping out on discounts. I lived in Canada for a little bit back in the 90s. I was only born in the early 90s, making me feel like a baby. Call me Little Sunshine. The lady was confused once by my GrubHub bag. I ordered DoorDash. Yes, ma'am. I used a good bag. Bam, extra cash tip only time. Yeah, so
Yeah,
when I do a pizza delivery with Skip and it's on Uber Eats, I tell them it's because Uber doesn't supply us with the proper bags you need for your delivery.
it's true. The DoorDash one is pretty trash. So Grubhub one is definitely better.
Do you use your GrubHub most of the time?
Like 99% of the time. Yeah. The only time I don't use the Grubhub bag is if the order is like going zero point 0.3 miles and it would take me longer to get it in and out of the car than to just go and drop it off.
It is Ghost. You were right. You were right. I always use a bag. I never, never, never use a bag. Black bag from Amazon holds 40. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the same one I'm talking about, Kev. It gives me up to four large pizzas in one plus the tin cans. Absolutely. I should start a company called Skip the Non-Tippers.
No tip, I'm going to skip.
Oh, look at you. Aren't you cute? Brett says, question: do you think gig workers will slow down later this year since the restrictions are easing up? Yes, I filtered, I dodged the word. I think gig workers will get stronger because it's a way of life now. Honestly, the restrictions here, they're not coming back, but our numbers are going higher. So I think, I don't know, it's the summer here, so it, That's a good question, Brett. What do you think?
I
You
was
think it's
hoping
gonna
you'd
slow
leave me out
down?
of that one.
It's hard to say
Uh,
because of numbers.
so I don't think that, at least here, I don't think we're going to see any new restrictions. Um, I think that we're going to. I don't know if I said hi to Michael. What's going on? Uh, I think we're gonna just kind of have this like new way of life, and it's gonna be just the way it is. I think we're gonna have the summer slowdown in most markets, and then I think come fall it's gonna pick back up to the way it was pre restrictions. I don't think we'll ever get back to the lockdown era where it was like you could make
Everybody ordering massively.
right like where you could make $200 in 5-6 hours. I don't think it's ever going back to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Alan. Like here, things are rising. Just so you guys know, I filter most words. The reason why I do when it comes to the whole pandemic is because otherwise, YouTube is gonna stamp on the bottom of my screen, some stupid precautions and all that stuff. But basically, I I think they're just gonna neutralize Brett. I think that some will still order when they order. I find that we are getting good. I'm more concerned about the recession than the whole restrictions lifting because it's like a domino effect. Okay, restrictions are gone. Guess what? Recession has crashed down on people, so people can't afford things. So it's a really hard thing to factor. Do you think a slowdown will weed out new drivers? No, because there's still many of us that are still here. I think it might pause them. It's not going to get rid of them. What do you think?
I think it's going to weed out a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think, well, yeah, I think the people who were brought on during the summer slowdown are going to um, be like, I'm not making any money. I'm sitting around for hours, and then my phone finally goes off, and it's 250, and they're going to ditch out. But I think that there's always going to be another group of people that are ready to come in and eagerly take all those no tip orders.
Yep.
So I think temporarily, yes, I think it will weed out some of them, but eventually they're going to bring on a bunch more people, and it's just going to be the same cycle all over again.
You gave me a question I wanted to ask our lovelies. Are you accepting non-tip orders? Because if the summer slowdown is so bad, I can picture more people are accepting non-tip orders. Michael, you have another one that I just answered. I popped on the screen, but I didn't ask it out loud. My best day ever was $3.43 on DoorDash alone in 10 hours. So are you accepting non-tip orders and are you increasing your hours to make ends
Not with
meet?
343, he's not.
No, he's not. 10 hours to get that? That's a seal of a deal. I know Kevin does nighttime. The nights of stacked orders, one after the other. Missed those. That's what he used to get with the lockdown. So here we had curfew. Quebec was the only location that had curfew. So even gig workers were still getting nailed by the cops, even if you had proof of reference.
Oh, wow.
Both, yeah, it was a pain in the ass. Both of our nations have super incompetent leadership at the same time. Not good. Yeah, I would agree on that, Michael. I think U.S. and Canada can all agree. Economy is bad. Yeah, it's okay. So we got these whole non-tip things lighting up on the chat here. Hell nah. Heck to the no. No tip, no trip. Still a cherry picker. Hey, where's my subscriber that's literally called cherry picker? Always cherry picking. Absolutely not. My time and gas are worth something. I like how he writes something. No tip, no trip. That's what's hip. You guys are cute. Alan's capital no. And then when it comes to the whole hour thing, Michael says, I do daytime now, not as good as it was a couple years ago. And I'm only feeling like doing lunch now because of what's happening. I don't blame him. I agree. No tip, no trip.
No tip. I'm going to skip.
Yes. And I've talked about this in a recent video, fairly recent. The bad part is that sometimes us gig tubers that, I'm a very small gig tuber. I have 1100. And when it comes down to it, still with 1100 subscribers, if you get 200 dedicated viewers, what you can say can truly impact an individual. And when we turn around and we're like, oh, let's do an accept every order challenge, guys, do not copy us. If
Yeah.
Zach does a no tip order video, don't copy him.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't
No,
do that.
because
I did that video so you guys don't have to do the experiment.
and plus, as a now, okay, we'll both say it now, as monetized YouTubers, if these crappy orders get you guys to sit and watch, then us YouTubers get paid for that. But are you gonna get paid anymore if you accept those orders? No, nobody will. So no trip, no tip, no trip, whatever. Right? There's too many. I'm trying to rhyme them all together. It's too many to rhyme together.
So, and I want to throw something out there. I actually did that video like long before I was monetized.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that completely out of spite. That stemmed from a conversation with a driver in my market who tried claiming that he usually gets cash tips on orders where they didn't tip in the app.
Mm.
But no. So that's where that came from.
I
I
can
would
understand
not do that again.
Kevin. This has happened, or for example, if you're doing Uber Eats, customers can revoke the tip. Don't worry, he's coming back again. The customers can revoke the tip. I have never been tip baited yet. My brother has within his first 2 weeks of doing gig work. He was tip baited. Such a piss off. Alan's a cherry picker. Michael says DoorDash overloads dinner shifts, making them difficult to justify even going out at night. I did have DoorDash save my ass not too long ago, just the other night. I ended up making 21 an hour for 2 hours. So, I mean, 42. So I'm not going to complain about that. Hey, Sam, I'm so happy you could stop by. I know you love seeing my live streams and I just love having you in the mix. So that's awesome. Freestyle, equip before I take those crappy orders. The good part is for the most part, I find many markets, we don't have to worry about that. Wow. If I make 400 a month, I'm happy. I don't try to over hustle this nonsense. Attack your credit cards, people. It feels great. Terminal, do you do this as a side hustle or do you do this full time? Michael says, I only accepted Zach doing the no tip video because it was an educational experience, not like those clowns doing it for clout. Clout. Yes. So I would agree upon that. I have considered one day in the future, not anytime soon, but maybe one day in the future, doing a video and saying, do not do these orders. And I would do the introduction saying that I am a paid monetized YouTuber. I get paid from YouTube to put up garbage videos like this, something like that, so that it's more educational and get the word out.
I have something else that
Loch Ness Monster.
I'm really tempted to try, and again, it would be like a completely educational sort of experiment because I don't actually know the answer to this myself, but I could see myself getting a lot of hate if I do the video. But just know if I ever put out anything similar to that video, it's because I am legitimately not sure and I would like to find out for myself. And that's the only thing I'm going to throw out there right now.
We got Jay in the mix.
Jay, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing?
Hey, we got Sarah Sue.
Sarah
awesome.
Sue, what's up? Hey.
Never late to the party. That's the awesome part about a live stream is the party never stops. It just keeps going and going. I mean, okay, so Termo does this as a side hustle, and like he says, I like what he says at the end, attack your credit card people. It feels great. If he makes 400 a month, he's happy. As a side hustle, yeah, $100 a week, I would say that's pretty beneficial. It would be nice if it could, be upped and upped, but I mean, if it's not, no. Here's another question for you, lovelies. Are you doing grocery deliveries to help? Oh my gosh. Are you doing, I know Zach, besides doing, what was it you said you do? So here's what's different. Uber Eats and DoorDash here, if I get a grocery order, it's, let's say $7.50. You go to the grocery store, you wait in the parking, you call them, and they bring out the groceries for you. It's not like that there, right? On Uber Eats and DoorDash?
Well, Spark is like that.
Okay, Walmart Spark,
but but not Instacart, not DoorDash, Uber Eats. No, that's strictly Spark, I believe.
And for you, our Uber Eats and DoorDash, you said that sometimes you go out and you actually do the physical groceries.
Yes, well, with those I will sometimes.
Sometimes, Brian. Sometimes I'm okay. Terminal says I get paid from home. I don't have to drive anywhere, so gig stuff is extra to pay off the credit cards or gather gas money for the road trip. It's great for that. Yeah. That at home life, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, I just signed up for Instacart today. Guess what, Terminal? Zach's gonna make a video about this too. A long time customer, soon to be first time shopper. So I like to bust Zach's balls. He does not like to go shopping. No wonder. Today, for example, I would have loved to do some shopping grocery deliveries. I would have loved it. It would have been easier instead of being in the heat and everything else. So I like to get Zach to do that. No worries, Shane. I get that, but I appreciate you stopping by. Just started doing Instacart again. Not a fan of shopping. Jay, you and Zach have that in common. Sarah Sue does Sparks most of my income now. Wow, people are transferring over to just, screw the food. We gotta get groceries.
I've been pleasantly surprised with what I've seen on Spark so far.
Yeah, it's been a lot more better payout.
I've done, I think, 3 orders, and I've gotten paid like $60.
We don't have Walmart Sparks in my market, or if it is, it's oversaturated. So I haven't been able to figure it out myself.
Okay.
So I'm on Instacart, but that's the only grocery source I have. I hate Walgreens. Every single time I accept a Walgreens offer, including the prescription deliveries, it turns out to be a disaster. Honestly, here's my one thing. Walmart here is a great option. We don't have Walgreens here. But Walmart here is a great option. But there's the Walmart that I have, it has dead zones in the store. So I've shown this on like one of my Instacart delivery videos. And you go in, you're about, I don't know, 40 feet into the store, and the signal gets lost on the phone. They have dead zones. So I can't physically do Instacart on the one Walmart that's closest to me.
That's how T-Mobile was with several of the stores here. I had to,
Pain in the ass.
yeah.
A summer better be in the grocery store with AC. There you go. Hey, Al. Thank
What's
you.
going on, Al? It's good to see you, my friend.
It's really fun to have you in the mix, Al. I thank you for coming in. I have so much fun with me and Zach having here tonight in the house. Amazon Flex for grocery and packaging. I want Amazon Flex, and it's not in my market. Oh, finally, Zach, look what I get to do right now. You want
I'm
to see it?
excited for you. Let's
Okay,
do
let's
it.
go with this one. Thank you so much for that, Alan. That's super, super sweet. And I get to do my my little super chat banner there. I have a few of those in the prep. So I appreciate that, Alan. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, that's pretty cool. When you get your first super chat, that's pretty badass.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun feeling.
See, Terminal wants your Instacart video, by the way.
Oh.
Walmart is still on DoorDash in my area, and so Walmart is still on DoorDash in my area too, and I refuse all of them. All of them.
My decline finger is strong.
Al says I'm on Spark. Did one order and then the customer removed tip, even though. So I'm guessing Spark does not have anything that's like tip recovery.
No, and actually they have up to 24 hours, I believe, to tip you.
I
remember you telling me about that, Al. That's horrible.
Yeah, what they ended up doing here is, let's say, for example, if you rate me 5 stars, you're not supposed to be able to take away the tip. You can take away percentage, but it's you have to give a 1-star rating, and Instacart has to look into it to see. That sucks. So, delivering with Carrie says, I can do Flex, but I'm too intimidated. Honestly, with the batches and how I've seen the maps, I would probably be intimidated too. Zach, do you have Flex where you are?
So I believe we do. I never signed up for it because my market is mainly apartments, and I could not approach it with the same speed that a lot of people on YouTube can. So for me, it's one of those things that I would just rather not do. And I've heard it's a lot of extra miles in the car.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that it would be, because apparently too, you have to work your route in order to get the best bang for your buck, because they'll have like 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, like all over across the board is from what I've seen. All of us need to work on developing other income sources. Times are getting very uncertain, the most uncertain I've ever seen. I would agree on that.
Yep.
I think me and Zach can comment on one thing. Being a content creator does help for a little bit more additional income.
Yep.
So that's the good part. But we don't just, it's not just ad revenue. Like we get ad revenue, we get things like the super thanks that I just got from Alan. You have affiliate marketing, which is the Amazon links. So it is not my, of course, it's far from my main income, but it does
Mhm.
help. But I think this is a very clear comment that I would say is 100% right. Things are
Yeah.
very uncertain. The best part, though, if you're doing gig work full time, is that it is your own schedule. That is the convenience. I'm in Spark, did one order, and customer, even though I had a great conversation with them and their kids, haven't done another since. Welcome back, Spoke. I think that would remove me too from wanting to do that because it's heartbreaking.
It's deflating. It's soul sucking when that happens, for sure.
Carrie says you don't know where you're going. Yeah,
You
I've
know,
seen it.
I actually have picked up a couple things from Al. One of which was he has made the point in my comments that or that when we accept an order, it's a contract, right? Like we are signing a contract to get paid to do that job. And by a customer tip baiting, that's a violation of that contract.
I would say yes, yes.
Yeah, and with that knowledge, so I have gotten tip baited once on Uber since learning that, and I did have to turn into a Karen and ask for a manager, but I was compensated uh, more actually than I was even tip baited.
Here's what I had today. It's not a tip baiting scenario, but I went out for like an hour or two to do some gig work today. And I had a nice sushi order, $8 and some odd change for like
Oh,
2 kilometers. So I took it. I get to the restaurant, they confirm with me. I'm sitting there and Uber cancels my order. And what do they compensate me? $3 measly dollars.
oh, they do four here. What's going on, Gary?
Hey, troublemaker. No, it's not Gary, it's troublemaker.
It's trouble, man. I'm just gonna call him Gary.
Oh yeah, you had to be there for the live stream to see it when I was on the rodeo rideshare. We were having so
Oh,
much
oh, I
fun.
watched it.
It was so much fun. So I just call him a troublemaker now. I don't have no ads to be playing, no apps to be showing right now. Time for an Amazon Flex YouTube video. If either one of us were doing Amazon Flex, I'm sure we would. I would love to wait longer for an order if I could avoid all apartment deliveries.
That's a big
Oh,
thing.
that's a good one. Would you guys rather wait 20 minutes for an order per order or do apartments? That's a good one, Terminal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so corner shop,
Mm,
I'm on a wait list here. Oversaturated market.
that's an Uber thing, isn't it?
Corner shop? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a grocery order. It's just like Instacart. The
Yeah.
difference here, though, is in Quebec, though, you have to be screened. Like they do a virtual meet kind of like this with you for training, and they screen you for
Interesting.
your French knowledge here. It's like Instacart never did that shit, and
Really?
I'm fine. Yeah.
That's wild.
Instacart now, like when you'll see it in my Instacart videos when I make another one, Instacart now, my app is always in French. In my beginning videos, it used to be always English, but with I think with Bill 96 passing here, they forced themselves to change it. So it's all in French. It makes no difference. There's pictures and such if you don't know what you're doing. Photography is slowly becoming my side job someday. Yes, Brian is huge on photography. Rodrigo, talking about uncertain times. My career is worthless right now. Even though I still love it, trying a 9 to 5 or whatever brings more money, YouTube is far from making it still. I would agree. When it comes to YouTube, it's not something I can use as a primary income. You guys see my views. There's nothing to hide, nothing to not be transparent from. But the good part is things like StreamYard. StreamYard, I pay $10 a month. It's paid for. The music in my videos, that's paid for. My thumbnails that I make, which is through Canva, which these are things that Zach uses too. I pay $50 per month to make that stuff go. Now I don't have to pay for it. Plus, I get additional pocket change.
Mhm.
As far as I'm on 7 platforms. You're talking 7 apps, Al?
Or is it
Wow.
like that? Or would it be like that?
Such a loser.
I don't know. It's the same. It's the same shit. I don't think it matters.
Just started a Wirestock account. I don't even know what Wirestock is, Brian. I got 3 $10 tips today. Definitely made my day decent. That can pay off. Absolutely. And then followed by Andrew getting tip baited and got some customer and they said, I'd be damned if I deliver it and took it on Uber. Yeah, Uber is exhausting because of the tips that can be removed. Anything with Amazon delivery sounds exhausting. And Brian doesn't even do gig work and he knows that for sure. Walgreens is CV2. Oh, wow. So you're on... Okay, so that's Alan and Al. Okay, so Alan's on Walgreens and CVs too.
My last Walgreens was a nightmare.
I'm in a dense area. Apartment deliveries are unavoidable. If I would have to stay busy enough, I get a couple every day. Freestyle. Good question. How high are these apartments? Elevators are available.
Not in my market always.
I wouldn't wait 20 minutes for an order or do apartments.
Hey, you know what? He's a man who knows what he wants, okay?
Quebec is a 43.
Al is a legend.
That is right, that is right, Michael. Towards the Canucks, yes, we're foreign for sure. It's because everything in Quebec has legal paperwork into French. Absolutely, and it's a pain in the ass.
Well, it's like that in all of Canada, though. Like your road signs and stuff, like the billboards for like your...
Yeah, in Quebec, everything is French.
No, well,
Yes.
no. I mean, like even just north in BC, like everything's in English and French.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Gary has 14 apps I can use, and I run. How do you have 14? How is there even 14? You must have a market that needs
I think
everybody.
he's counting 3 of his own.
Oh, well, that's true. That is so true. Oh, okay. Stock photos. Okay, I get it. Apartments don't bother me. I get better tips from them than sometimes when I get from people with the... Yeah, and for here we have a lot of high-rise condos that when you go up them like I did, I got a $20 cash tip on top of a $16 order, so I made $36. I only like the first floor apartment deliveries. Alan, we all do. That's cheating. Karen, Walgreens isn't bad or CVS unless a person wants me to buy makeup. Yeah, that's like Walmart for me, and I'm a tomboy, so makeup and I don't go together.
I didn't even consider makeup.
Oh, I want you to do an Instacart order involving makeup.
Can I tell my Walgreens story real quick? My last one.
Go for it.
It took me about 30 minutes. Well, maybe not. I might be exaggerating. I don't know. 20 minutes before I finally asked for help. I was looking for tampons and pads.
Ooh, did you ask what size?
I don't know how that works. I just looked for pictures.
You know how babies are made, but you don't know we have sizes?
Oh, I know how that happens. I definitely know how that...
But you don't know we have sizes?
I don't know. I'm not buying the stuff for myself. But anyway, I digress. So that was not the part of that that bothered me. The part that bothered me was I realized after I dropped it off that the tip was only $1.50 on it. I was like, I just shopped this order for 20 minutes.
Everybody's agreeing with me. I agree with Brian, though. There's daytime and nighttime pads. Like, which one did you get?
I don't know.
Wings or
not the one on the app.
How is it that everybody else?
Okay. I've never been married. So there's that. You
have a child, dude.
I was never married.
Okay, Rodrigo supports you. Living and learning.
There we go.
Hey, so Zach, you said damn sparks. Damn sparks. Oh, okay.
Welcome. I appreciate you being here.
This is still going on about the past.
What is there, like different flavors too? Jesus Christ.
Oh, Al went one deeper. Okay, I gotta say you don't get off the hook with that one, because if you know how babies are made, then before that, like, we all go through the, this is what happens with ladies. And if you are a gig worker and if I'm doing Instacart, well, okay, here's the thing. On Instacart, the good part is that it will show you if they want like the heavy or the light. So sent it.
Okay, I was going to share a story, but actually, I think it might be a little too much for a monetized stream.
God. Oh, thank you so much, guys. That was awesome. Zach, I appreciate you sharing that story because that made my night. Even Gary's laughing at that one. Yeah, they have Corner Shop here in
All right.
Canada. They have it here in Quebec.
What are two non-adult items? Please, for the sake of Ash's stream here, two non-adult items that if you saw them being ordered together, you'd be like, what is going on there?
What the hell did you get? Somebody asked me, they said that they put in the comments. They said that they got an order for a delivery at a sex store and they refused it. I'm like, I'm down. Let's go. Let's go get the
I'll
item.
probably do that out of sheer curiosity. So, what you guys selling here?
Zucchini and yogurt.
Okay.
That's together's common. It's groceries. That's together.
Okay.
Oh, and Joel wants to know, were they invisible? Like, was the pads invisible, see-through, non-see-through?
I don't know.
Cucumbers and oh, God.
I'm sorry if I started something here.
Oh, what did this stream turn into?
Oh, she's gonna send me a message later. You owe me $20 for the revenue I'm losing from monetization.
This is awesome. Yes, but this
But
is
your answers.
this was literally based on the fact of the whole summer slowdown. Let's hang out because this is all boring with the summer.
And now we're
slowdown.
talking about KY jelly and cucumbers.
Is that what you got?
What could possibly go wrong on a live stream when Zach Does Fast shows up?
I saw a lady buying just those two things. Of course, Terminal saw just those two things. Oh, I did have eyeliner on this eye, and it's completely gone. I'm sure of it.
All right, I've got my two figured out: gloves and laxatives.
Oh, I don't want to know where that story went.
Oh no! That didn't actually happen, but.
Oh no! He is cute when he's embarrassed, eh? That took a lot to say. Also, the fact gloves and laxatives. It's like,
well, I've never had it happen. I've never experienced that. I'm saying like that would be.
I
like,
that would be like, oh my God, I don't want to see what's
like,
gonna happen in that house after.
Right.
I like what Brian says. Did he even finish
and then like the bonus item would be bleach.
We all had fun about the tampon and pads. He just made my night by talking about that.
Yeah.
Did they get the reusable plastic bags or paper at checkout?
It would have been paper here.
I had to be paper too.
Yeah.
No, but if you're gonna get gloves and you're gonna get a laxative, yeah, you're totally going the paper bag at checkout. It's like the same thing. If a person goes to a sex shop, it doesn't matter. If you were to get a plastic bag here, they have to be censored out. Oh, ooh, fire. You're on fire. Shovel and duct tape. That would be a sexy combination that you don't want to get involved in.
You'd have the cashier like beep, beep. So, what are you up to this evening?
If that was what's going on this evening, I would say something like it's hard to probably find those, but if I could see a combination somehow at a store of like handcuffs and whipped cream, then you would say, oh, what's going on this evening? Which is probably way more fun than the laxative and glove scenario. Just saying.
I wouldn't know about either one.
All right, guys, I'm going to mess with Zach a little bit here.
Again?
So, back in February, zip ties and whipped cream. There we go. Gary's on the line.
He's taking the cheap approach.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Gary, ignore zip ties. Just grab a belt. And there you go. That's multiple resolvable. Back in February, I did this on a live stream. And it was a lot of fun for me to have you lovelies chime in the chat. But now, can you imagine how much I'm going to have fun with Zach right now? So it's going to be a Would You Rather edition.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm reading these comments. So now I realize I have the wrench and I don't know what to do with this situation. Do you guys sell candy in bulk? We do, and it's even tied to strings. My excuse for purchasing is gig worker people pass me off. Whipped cream, not to be confused with whip Michael. Oh, that's a dirty one. That's a dirty one. Oh my lord, you guys have just made my night complete. Now, when I talked about the fact that I have dirty sarcasm, you guys are right on the ball with me on that. Like, this is me 24/7. You can imagine me on family outings, right? You have to go big ass family reunion, and you have a drink or two around the table. Just how bad these conversations get. We have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mess with Zach right now because back in a previous live stream in February, I did a whole would you rather edition, and it was you lovelies commenting. But it's way more fun when I have somebody out loud here that can narrate with me. Narrow. Like,
Narrate.
whatever. I don't
We
care.
got there.
Yeah, we got it. So that's just me and my family, Jay says. So we're gonna do what a would you rather edition. This one is inspired by Zach's channel.
You didn't tell me that.
Which do you like more, Zach?
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. I am the exact same way, and
Easy.
everybody in the shit. No, intended consequence. I will never ever deliver ice cream. Do you deliver ice cream? Never.
I will.
But let's face it. Oh, Brian, there's no point in breathing when laughing is just too much fun right now. I agree. I like Uber Eats way more. I love the fact that I can just go online. I love the fact that Freestyle says it too. Uber Eats. We got Jay. Uber Eats because food is usually done in time. I agree there. But I like the fact that I can just go online whenever I want. There's no repercussions for that. DoorDash, you get to the restaurant 1 minute after the 10-minute mark, and they chew off your head. So I would agree upon that. We got more coming into the mix. Uber Eats, no schedule. I can multi-app. Uber Eats from Al. Yeah, we're all Uber Eats in the house, and if you don't like DoorDash, you should just watch Zach's videos. Used to be Uber Eats until all I get are crappy Walmart orders, but I will not say DoorDash because they're both crap. Yeah, I call DoorDash door trash. I delivered a root beer float today. Cup of ice cream. Oh, yeah, root beer floats. We have them here, and I would not bother with that.
I think I've had the same thing, actually. It was like the root beer and then the ice cream was like in a separate cup, right?
No, they go together in the same cup.
No, but like if I'm reading the message right, am I correct with that?
Oh, are you
like the soda was in one thing and then the ice cream was in a different container?
Why would they even do that?
I can't remember who did it. It might have been.
Why would they even do that? It's such a waste. It's such a waste.
Yeah.
One's gonna melt and then you're not gonna get that nice experience. Okay, here's a fun one. This one, everybody, I'll break it down here. So, which would you rather? It's a Walmart and a Costco offer. The Walmart, 7 items, which is for 3 miles or 4.8 kilometers, with the $10 is the offer plus tip. Or Costco, 9 items, less kilometers and miles. So we got 2 miles, 3.2 kilometers, $10 the base pay plus tip. Which order would you rather do? Zach, you go.
You're mean.
I know.
Probably the Walmart.
Ooh, oof, no way.
Probably the Walmart.
Okay, terminal, Costco, lines are longer and hassle to pay. I agree, but they're bigger tips. Gary says Costco. Alice says Walmart. Intended consequence was talking about the whole Uber Eats and DoorDash. Uber Eats is so bad here, to be honest. I got deactivated on purpose. It's all no tips, tip bait. Don't know why. And I wasn't very busy here anyway. Some for Instacart. Love your content. Thank you for that. I appreciate the love and support. That's amazing. And I don't know why you did that intentionally, but once it merges, I meant. Gotcha. Freestyle says Costco. Alan avoids Costco. Michael, Costco by me have lines that are horrendous. And
so
Joel is
in the interest of international relations, oh, here we go. I'm going to get myself in trouble. So I live very close to Canada. Like it's a 20-minute drive for me to be at the border. And Canadians will flock to like 3 places in town: Costco, Trader Joe's, and the other place. And the parking lot is just a cluster. You know the other word.
You know what? Yes.
Yeah.
Like when I say pity, you finish that sentence.
So, yeah, like I would just rather avoid Costco. It's like you've got everybody like in the county that lives here in Washington kind of congregating together at Costco, and then you've got like a fifth of British Columbia that's like down to get gas and milk and eggs and stuff like that. It's just
Hey, Grandpa.
Dash and Grandpa, what's up, man?
So I'm going to say why I say Costco. Because on this screen, let me pull this up here. I just had it there. On this one, it says it's a $10 base plus tip. Costco gives me huge ass tips. So I find that a lot of customers like to do percentage tip. The only downfall is if I have to exchange, like if you go to the butcher section and they have the meats there, let's say you're talking about a 40-pound thing of beef. If I have to refund that, I am so not happy. Just give him a hint of the Trader Joe's. Rodrigo says it depends on the items. So Rodrigo, in this case scenario, your items is 7 and 9. You get the count, but you don't get to see what they are. You get the count. That's all I get. That's all I'm giving you. I'm gonna go Costco because I want my tips. I want my tips. Here's one that is gross, just like these these trending conversations. Would you rather deliver seafood or cow liver? Yeah,
Starting with me again?
exactly, Alan. You start.
Cow liver.
I can't. Uber X deactivated me for having tickets that were paid for. Oh, wow. I didn't even know they could do that. I did find out here, though, if you're on Uber X, you can't be on Uber Eats at the same time. They intentionally make you stay on Uber X, which is a pain in the ass.
Weird.
Hey, Ellen, I think I know you too.
What's going on, Ellen?
Oh, I'm surprised on these answers. Gary's going with liver. Carrie's going with seafood. Michael says liver. Have you cooked liver? It's disgusting. Liver. We got some highs from Grandpa. Liver, I'll pass. Liver. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, you can't hear. Don't come here, Gary. Seafood stinks. Okay, so most of you guys, majority is going with liver. I'm going with seafood. The reason why is seafood gives me the bigger tips. I'm thinking about my cash flow.
What restaurants do you have where you're delivering cow liver?
Oh, I don't. But I went with ones that were too, like, okay, I eat seafood for the record. I love seafood.
Okay.
But Uber or Instacart? That's a good one too. It depends on my day of the week. Like honestly, if it's too hot outside, I prefer Instacart so I can grocery shop. But otherwise, Uber pays more in my market. But yeah, I find seafood is just better. No, I've never delivered cow liver. Yeah, if it could be. It could be. It depends what platform you're on, Gary. And Sarah Sue is going with me on seafood. And but Ellen is going with liver. Ow, I hate liver. I absolutely can't stand it. We got more livers coming in by Joel.
I got a liver story.
Oh no.
I was on a date with this girl, and we were actually at her place. It was like a first date type of thing, and she wanted to cook me dinner, which I was very grateful for. Talk about a person that, like, have you ever been around somebody who is so intelligent that you just feel like inadequate and you don't know how to like interact with that person?
Yeah, so you ramble.
Yeah, it was like one of those, like this little blonde girl, and she was fluent in Mandarin, and she was cooking this like Chinese inspired dish, And she told me in the middle of dinner that we were eating liver. And I'm like, okay. So apparently she uses liver instead to cut costs. The thing that sucked about this date is she made me do her dishes after.
Oh, so that did not end with ties and whipped cream, I see. Not in that case.
I will never tell.
And on that note, which would you rather choose? Okay, so this was a double stacked. Both of them came my way, and I screenshotted both of them. And I'm not going to say when this was, but it was a long ass time ago.
Okay.
Both double stacked orders. One is 44 minutes, 13 kilometers, $12. The other one's 24 minutes, 6 kilometers, $7.58. So one's a Brassard bagel, so just a bagel place. But the thing that I'm not showing here is there could be the potential for 2 different locations. Which would you rather? Terminal says neither.
I mean, like, if my life depended on accepting one of them, I'd probably, I think in this case, I'd probably go with the bagel place, just because I would assume a bagel would be ready when you showed up.
You guys cannot say neither. You got to choose. You have to choose. Okay, Gary, you and I are on the same pace.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I mean,
Rodrigo.
That's a tough one. I'd probably go with the bagel.
I would sit and read my book instead. Neither from Vince. Better ratio at Costco. Yeah, so Alan changed his answer to Costco, and I agree. Yes, you were driving there, Brian. So Carrie says she would do the bagel one. Brian, welcome to the mix. Brian would do the 1266. Ellen is going with the 758. Jay's with you on the bagel one. So I did neither when these orders came in. I did not do either because honestly, who in the hell wants to do 2 deliveries for $7.58 or even $12.66? Which one would I do? With nowadays, with the summer slowdown, with potential of an increased tip, I'm actually going to go for the 758. And the reason why is it's only 6 kilometers, and it's showing 24 minutes. If it's a 24-minute order, that's Uber standard. That's not mine. I'm going to get that done probably 19, 20 minutes. So then I just got $8 for that first 20 minutes. And hopefully for the last 40 minutes, I can secure more. Versus the other one, I think it'll be too long for that many kilometers.
So here's my question. Were they both picking up at the same restaurant?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh,
no. I don't know that. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. Man, that's rough. So
it's like a cliffhanger that they're like the show gets canceled.
Yeah, why do you think I cut off the picture? It literally got canceled. 24 minutes can easily become 40 minutes. That's right, Jay. You're right upon that. I would have to say you're going to have to know your market and your place. I've been to the bagel place in Brassard for 1 delivery and they took too long. Costco's Tuesday. I would agree with that. If I had to pick gun to my head scenario, because I can get it out the way. Yeah, and I think it gives from some leftover. Joel will go with the 758. Ellen 1. With 20-something minutes, you can get a banger of the next half hour. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for, Terminal. I'm looking as, okay, how can I secure the rest of this hour? Go with 2 because the time is quicker. 44 minutes for $12 is an hour wasted, to be honest. And that's true. And what are the odds that you're going to get another order that's going to come in and it's going to allow you within 15 minutes to make up what? You need another $8 to slap on that? Apparently, based on the screenshot, to get almost $8 is going to cost 24 minutes. Grandpa says I'd probably do that 751 if it was from fast restaurants. 13 kilometers might take you far away to. Yes, absolutely. So the conversion of, I don't have a calculator here, but I'm going to get one right now. I just tried
13 kilometers?
Yeah, it's by
8.5, 9 miles.
Yeah, because it's 1.16. Oh my gosh, I keep typing a 3 on my calculator.
It's about 9 miles.
8, yeah, exactly right. 8.5 miles. So it's too far. It's too far. Yeah, Alan is definitely having, okay, I get you. So Alan is having lagging issues. He mentioned it earlier. Okay. Here's one. This one, I'll go with this one. But if the second is further out, then you're way far. Yes, I would agree upon that too. Here's one that I like a lot. I made this one up as I go along with things. So, which would you rather do? $20 no tip, 5 miles 8 for 13 items. These are groceries. Or $5, your tip is unknown, but look at your distance. 2 miles or 3.2 kilometers for 4 items. Which would you rather do, Zach? I could see
No
your
tip.
face when everybody else can't. This is priceless.
No tip. I'm gonna skip.
You're going to skip, but
Yeah.
look at this. It's only 5 miles, 13 items.
Yeah, I gotta go with. Okay, so are we? Wait, hold on. So when you say unknown,
Yep.
are we? Is the possibility that they're not going to tip on the table?
No, it's the fact your minimum's $1. Your minimum would be $1.
Give me the one where they're at least going to tip something.
Really?
Yes.
So, but for $5 for 4 items and 3.2 kilometers, that's going to take at least 15 minutes. Is 15 minutes of your time only worth $5? For
I mean,
potential small tip?
Well, if we're going like completely hypothetical here, yeah, I mean, I would rather take that one on the principle. Like, I don't cater to people who will not tip.
I've always said it because Instacart, sometimes in my market, and I'll get to the answers in a second, but sometimes in my market, what Instacart ends up doing is they do a lot of these no tip offers for amazing deals. Like, it depends on the offer. Terminal says 13 items means that they will be out of 3 items and you'll be spending more time. I get that. Al says, second one, I do not deliver for no tip, period. And Brian says, I'll go with $20. He's just looking to secure that hour.
So I actually just put out a video where I talked about not accepting a single no tip order since I did that video. And like the day after that video was recorded, I accidentally took a $20 Spark order that I did not realize at the time had no tip on it.
Yeah,
so
$20.
Yeah. Oh, but I was pissed.
Joel says, I could care less if there was a tip or not. I prefer 20 up front. I agree with you, Joel. If I can secure 20, I'm going with the 20. Jay's going for the 20. Kevin's going for the 20. Brian's going for the 20. Except Brian.
It's me and Al holding down the fort.
That's okay. I can understand with that $5, but if I'm only getting a $1 tip, Mr. Wax, red 20. Who cares about the tips when the base pay is sufficient? Gary,
that's a valid point, though.
I'm in this to make money. I don't care if the company or the customer pays. Oh, I like that. I do like that because Instacart does that often here. And me and Guillaume have been talking, which is my fellow co-worker and such. And he's mentioned it too. Like sometimes it's okay depending if the price is right.
So I think that'd be a fun thing. Gary and I have been on the same stream once or twice before. I think once. That'd be a fun thing for he and I to respectfully debate one of these nights. I've got some pretty strong opinions on that. Clearly.
Terminal says, if there's an order that will take me about an hour and it's like $25, I'll look out for my money. I think my hour is worth $25 for what is being asked for me. I can say that's a fair statement.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who's paying me as long as I get paid. I say out for the cash. It's okay, Kev. We're all with you. I have a high cost of living area, though. Decide for yourself what your hour. You know what? Honestly, if I can make like 20, 22, I'm good. I would do 20 because I would assume the customer tipped, but then I'd be pissed when I found out they did not. That's a fair answer. Zach, you're on the round table in August with me, I believe. Uh-oh.
Am I?
Yeah, didn't you reschedule?
I don't think it's been rescheduled, at least not that I'm aware of.
Oh, you can only find that out
now.
I'll
have to check receipt on that.
Gonna be on that paper. Definitely red. So he intended consequences is going with the $20. Rodrigo says, if you can't find an item in the list, should you do extra legwork to get what's missing somewhere else? If that consumes time and thus money, maybe the $5 is on the safe side. Yeah, but the only thing that I can think about is with that $5. What if there's a missing item with the 4 items? Your base fare could also, or your base fare would stay the same. But if you're hustling trying to find one of the four, it's kind of crappy too. 13 items, could they be heavy items? I moderate, not really heavy. What? Make it worth your $20. They're light. They're light. We're gonna make it worth your $20. Here's another one for you guys. This one has always been my favorite. Everybody who watches my channel should know what Ash is gonna say for this one. Would you rather deliver ice cream or soup? No, they're not 13 cases of water.
I'm going with the ice cream.
You're going with ice cream.
I'm going with the ice cream.
Here we go. Michael says I'm taking that 20. So, Terminal is going with soup. Al is going with soup. Freestyle is going with soup. Vince is going soup. Gary soup, but it depends on the payout. Rodrigo says you can bottle soup. Grandpa says the ice cream would be soup down here in Texas this time of the year. Jay says, brah, soup is dangerous in them containers.
It is.
Not if you have a skip the dishes bag. Soup and floor. Soup. Ice cream's in a bucket. Soup for sure. Ice cream, some of those. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that part I can agree. But I find here the containers seal very well. I'm going with soup. I will never, ever do an ice cream order. I think every single one of you guys have seen my video, and if you haven't, there's a number of them where I say I will not do ice cream. I get them all the time here.
Usually for us here, it's Dairy Queen, and they're in the bags.
Yes.
And if I'm taking Dairy Queen orders, it's usually because it's late at night and it's only going a mile. So I usually don't have a problem with it.
I'm not for ice cream. I'm just not. Here's another one that I have in the mix.
I've never spilled an ice cream that's made a mess in my car, but I have spilled a soup that's made a mess in my car.
Gig says no soup for you.
No soup for you. What's up, Gig?
Seinfeld. Ice cream, depending on the distance. I would never do ice cream. Terminal says, I think of the customer. Ice cream melts. Soup can be reheated a little. Ice cream shops are always slow too. Really slow. I would agree on that. My AC keeps ice cream cool enough. Well then, Michael, I want your AC and my heat that we have here in Montreal. Use a hot bag, no mess. Yeah, but I don't want a mess in the hot bag. Then I still gotta clean it up. All right, so we got one more in the mix here, and then we're gonna start wrapping things up here. And this is, I guess this one comes down to my morning birds or my evening birds. Would you rather deliver a fancy dinner or a fancy breakfast? Go ahead, Zach.
I think I'd rather do the breakfast simply for the fact that the wait times tend to be less, in my opinion, for breakfast orders than for dinner orders.
Okay, so Zach's voting for breakfast. I will also vouch for breakfast. And the reason why is because I find, breakfast can be whipped up a lot more quicker, whether it's pancakes or such, but as well, fancy dinners. I do agree. Yes, I see those. So we got breakfast, fancy dinners, typically pay higher. Ice cream order should be an extra fee. I'll never deliver ice cream anyways. Yes, tips are higher. Yes. Fancy breakfast. Sunday mornings used to be phenomenal. Less traffic at breakfast. Ellen's going with dinner. Gig is going with dinner. Dinner for freestyle. I'm not a morning bird. Fancy dinner is usually more expensive.
And I think that kind of depends, though. Like, there's fancy breakfast place here, too, that you can make killer tips on.
And you can also, the restaurants make a fortune because of how much they put out the food. I agree with Ellen. There are better tips on dinner. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking tips. Yeah. I agree on that, Brian. But the difference is I find in... You're right, Terminal. The difference is I find breakfast can be whipped up way more faster than what could happen with dinner. And so because of that, I am also going to go with breakfast. I find I'm going to give up a few bucks for the tip, but don't get me wrong. I always like a nice, I'm just surrounded by Denny's and I love IHOP. We don't have it here.
Oh, really?
I've been to it in Ontario. I absolutely love IHOP. I find it phenomenal. But yeah,
I've
I
I've
find
had
that
some good I've had some good IHOP orders.
I love breakfast. First of all, breakfast is my favorite meal. I could have it morning, noon, and night. So, but I agree with everybody when it comes to the tip part. So they're thinking of gig workers that it's the tip
Mhm.
and that makes a huge difference. And I would agree. But yeah.
Part of that, though, that I personally have to factor in is how much time am I going to be waiting,
Mm.
and I realize that that's on a restaurant by restaurant basis. It's we can't just say as a whole, this time slot is going to be have longer waits, right? It really boils down to the individual restaurants.
I would
So
agree.
for me personally, I can be in and out of a breakfast place much quicker than I can usually be in and out of a uh, place serving dinner. So, and time is money in what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, okay. Which one did I? Hold on. I have to scroll through because I have so much here. I'm gonna go with this one. Thank you so much for that, Jay. That is awesome. I appreciate that so much. And I love being able to do those super chat things that I prepared for super chats. Thank you. That goes a long way for us creators, that's for sure. For me, I'm looking to level up my YouTube game, especially with the wired mic. I don't want to be wired anymore. I want it to go wireless. So that's going to help a lot. I appreciate that. Thank you. Mr. Wax, voted dinner because I really have to wait for DoorDash orders. Even catering can't say the same for GrubHub.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
but I'm with Mr. Wax on that one.
Yeah, I can't relate to Grubhub, but if I gotta admit, I mean, skip the dishes versus Uber Eats. Honestly, I think that's just something that depends on the market. This is not a hole in my shirt. I'm not, it's the button. I think it all depends on the market because I don't go to a restaurant and get treated better from one app versus the other. Like, I can show with my skip bag or I can show with an Uber Eats bag, and do I see different treatment? No. I don't see
No,
different treatment.
no, you'll get ignored the same.
uh, Joel says dinner, but then again, distance matters. If it's further, gas would be higher as well. Breakfast would surely be better. Speaking of dinner, how safe or unsafe does it get to do night gigs in your area? I don't do nighttime gigs after 9 p.m. in my area in the summer, and it's not a safety thing. It's just a lot of drunk people, and being a female gig worker with drunk people, and I'm not gonna say men or women because women being drunk can be horrible too. But I prefer it in the winter. In the winter, nobody's out. It's freezing here in Quebec, so if I'm gonna do deliveries after 9 p.m., it's gonna be in the winter, never in the summer. Yeah, so the difference is so for me, I have a nice, cute, prepped up microphone for live streams. It is not the same microphone that I use on this camera when I'm on the road, but headphones. Yeah, I'm wearing headphones too. I wear headphones. Grubhub was on fire today, only for Gig. Hey, Gig, you did Instacart today too?
I think he's being facetious on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that merger. So, my lovelies, it has been a fantastic, yeah. It has been a fantastic evening. Honestly, I loved being able to hang out with you guys. I do have something in mind, and I'm not sure when I'm going to action it or if it's going to happen. I've talked to Zach about this too. I am thinking about doing live streams, peut-être, meaning maybe, every 2 weeks, where I would love to get your input. So here's what I'm thinking. And if so, either comment in the chat or comment in the comment after the stream is done. But what I'm thinking about doing is doing like a Google form where you lovelies come up with a topic that we talk about in a live stream. And I will probably pick 4 topics per stream, maybe 3, and we'll do 15-minute intervals per topic. Because the one thing that's important to me is when I am on a live stream, I want to be able to relate to you guys, talk to you guys about anything that's going on, And I don't want to make up the topics. I want you guys to bring up the topics, whether it's just me going solo on the live stream, whether it's Zach on here, and don't worry, he'll be back soon. But that's what I'm thinking about doing. So if you guys think that's a good idea, indicate that for me. Because if so, I'll work on a Google form, and then that way you guys are the ones that's going to bring it up. I'll showcase, let's say, for example, I don't know, let's say, where did he go there? Gig Lebowski has something. I'll mention that this one came in from him, and then we can talk about and touch base on it. So that's what I'm thinking about here. Zach, do you have anything else you want to add to the mix?
This was wildly entertaining.
It was so
I mean,
fun.
you know, from trolling me about the
Zach points fast.
you point fast. Yeah, I have various speeds depending on my level of excitement that I do that in my videos. So
That's what she said.
For those of you who are just jumping in, that is the way this stream has gone. Yeah, no, this took a very different road than I was expecting it to, and I had fun. I hope I know Ash had fun, and I hope you guys had fun.
No, it was so much fun, and Zach, I thank you for jumping on here with
Thank
us.
you for having me.
Of course, I'm gonna have you just cruise backstage. I'll catch you in just 2-3 minutes here. I'm gonna let these guys go. But thank you for coming on here, Zach. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And thank you all. I appreciate you guys so much. And I hope you all have a fantastic evening.
I'll talk to you in a bit. So guys, that's it. You guys made this live stream so much fun. I mean, the summer slowdown has affected so many of us, and I was so thankful to have you lovelies come into the mix, chill, hang out with me and Zach. Our personalities, Brian, you are not the only non-gig worker here. Our personalities went so well tonight. I feel like I was just hanging out with friends. Honestly, if I could hang out in a bar with like so many of you guys, I absolutely would. Awesome. Thank you. So with that being said, my lovelies, I'm going to sign off here. All of us lovelies. We already know that's my signature. That's not going nowhere. But thank you guys for everything, your support. I truly appreciate you guys always turning into the videos, the comments. This was such a blast. I had such a great evening. And just like I always sign off in all my videos, I would just say this much. I will catch you lovelies. Well, in this case, in my next video. Have a good night, guys.